They mocked human soldiers. Until they met the war dogs. The Galactic Coalition had never taken human soldiers seriously. Yes, they admitted, humans were deathworlders, stubborn, quick to adapt, dangerous in the wild. But soldiers. The galaxy's warfront was dominated by species bred for combat, the towering Zirak with their armored shells, the Karesh with their bone axes, the coldly efficient machines of the Kel Dominion. Humans, by comparison, looked small, soft, too emotional. Their weapons were clever, yes, but what soldier relied on cleverness when strength and armor could crush outright? The mockery was always the same. A human with a rifle is still just a soft-skinned primate. That was before they saw the war dogs. The demonstration was arranged on Rasketh Prime, at a coalition proving ground where recruits from dozens of species trained together. It was supposed to be a simple exercise, a mixed squad drill against drones. Colonel Vrix of the Viarkuan stood with arms folded, yellow eyes narrowed as the human platoon assembled. Their leader, Captain Morgan, saluted crisply. "Sir. Unit ready for demonstration." Vrix's mandibles clattered with amusement. "You humans wish to prove your effectiveness in the field? Very well. Show us what softskins can do." Murmurs rippled through the alien officers watching from the stands. Most wore expressions ranging from skepticism to outright derision. Then the cages opened. The first war dog padded out onto the sand. It was massive, nearly a meter at the shoulder, all muscle under dark fur, jaws broad enough to crush a bone plate. A second followed, then a third, tails high, ears perked, eyes locked on their handler. The aliens fell silent. Captain Morgan knelt, murmured a command, and the dogs immediately snapped into formation at his side. No hesitation. No confusion. Perfect discipline. "What are those?" a Karesh warlord whispered, his fur bristling. "Canis lupus familiaris," Morgan said, standing. "Dogs. Our partners in war for over 40,000 years." Vrix's mandibles clicked in disbelief. "You bring animals to a combat demonstration?" Morgan's smile was razor-thin. "Not animals, Colonel. Soldiers." The exercise began. Dozens of drones lifted into the air, flying attack units armed with low-level plasma projectors. Normally, cadets struggled to clear them in under 30 minutes. The challenge was mobility, coordination, and endurance. "Begin," the announcer barked. The human squad moved instantly, covering positions with shocking speed. But it was the dogs that stole the focus. At a whistle, the first dog surged forward, faster than the drones could track. It leapt a blur of fur and teeth and tore a machine from the air in a single bite. The crash of shattering alloy echoed across the grounds. The audience gasped. The second dog flanked left, weaving through plasma fire with impossible agility. It launched upward, jaws clamping on a drone's wing, ripping it free. Sparks showered. The dog landed lightly, shook the wreckage once, and bounded toward its next target. The third worked alongside Morgan himself, anticipating his movements as though reading his mind. When he advanced, it advanced. When he ducked, it sprang, intercepting an attack that would have struck his flank. Within 5 minutes, half the drones lay smoking in the sand. "This is impossible," a Kel observer muttered, his metal voice warbling. "No beast can comprehend coordinated combat." "They don't just comprehend it," a Zorian scholar whispered, crystalline facets trembling. "They love it. Look at their eyes." Indeed, the dog's eyes gleamed not with fear, not with frenzy, but with focus and joy. They were not just obeying. They were thriving. Morgan gave a sharp whistle, followed by a guttural command. The dogs immediately shifted formation, circling the squad. One darted into enemy fire to draw drones low, while the others pounced in perfect synchrony. The last drone tried to flee skyward. A war dog launched off a wall, soared higher than seemed possible, and dragged the machine down in its teeth. It was over in 12 minutes. Silence hung in the proving ground. Then the audience erupted in overlapping voices, disbelief, awe, and fear. Colonel Vrix descended to the sand, mandibles twitching with confusion. He gestured sharply at the dogs, who sat panting happily at their handlers' feet. "These creatures," he demanded, "why do they not turn on you? Why do they obey as soldiers?" Morgan scratched one dog's ear, and it leaned against his leg like a child seeking comfort. He looked Vrix in the eye. "Because we've been family for longer than we've been civilized. We didn't make them into soldiers. They chose to stand with us." Vrix recoiled. "Chose? Animals do not choose." Morgan's smile was faint. "These do." That night, in the barracks, alien cadets whispered among themselves. They fought like trained warriors. They coordinated better than half my unit. Did you see how they shielded their handler? They took plasma for him without hesitation. No soldier would give such loyalty. Only kin. One cadet finally said what the others were thinking: if this is what humans make of their animals, what must the humans themselves be? The coalition's official report was even more unsettling. Classification: Terran war dogs. Capabilities: enhanced olfactory tracking, rapid close-quarters elimination, group coordination, psychological warfare via sonic intimidation, bark. Notably, subject exhibits unprecedented loyalty to human partners. Will enter combat without hesitation, often against superior forces, to protect human handler. Assessment: these creatures are not mere animals. They are a bonded extension of the human soldier. The last line was circled in red across every copy. Mock not the human soldier, for he does not march alone. The next cycle, when human soldiers were deployed to coalition warfronts, whispers raced ahead of them. Enemies laughed until the first Terran unit arrived. Until they heard the low growl in the dark, the thunder of paws, the snarling chorus that preceded death. On a dozen battlefields, alien warlords learned what Rasketh had witnessed. The human soldier was never alone. And when the war dogs came, the only mockery left was silence.